All right, Shalom Akim, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to you, fellow Akim. It's your brother Kanak once again, coming to you with another live update, another video in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai. We are in the year of prophecy, 2020. Prophecies are taking off, and that's basically what this sit down is going to be going into, is the prophecies. And there's so many different prophecies that are basically manifested themselves, which the prophecies have always been manifested themselves, but more so in the time that we're in now. Let me bring out a scripture to basically back up that claim. This is Habakkuk 2:3. It says, "For the vision is yet for a appointed time." So there's certain prophecies that are taking place now that did not take place, prior, because the prophecy or the vision, which is nothing but a prophecy, is for an appointed time, and we're at the appointed time. Okay, but at the end it shall speak. See, so these things are speaking, and we're ramping up in the spirit, speaking about these things. So many videos are going out because there's so much to talk about. There's a lot of work to be done in order to push out this word. Okay, because the more we push out this word, the closer we come to the end of the world. Okay, the closer we come from salvation, the closer we come to Esau, Edom's world being destroyed. And we see Esau, Edom's world being prepared to be destroyed and not lie. So it's not lying. We see these things as true. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And you have a lot of men that counted the Lord slack. Okay, the scriptures say that the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. What was his promise? Well, there's the promise is that we're going to be delivered from all, from all our enemies. Okay, and that's exactly what's taking place right now. And we can see the vision because we're seers through the spirit. We can see things that are afar off. And what are some of the things that are afar off, or not even afar off, but things that are coming in the near future? Well, mass famine, mass rioting, sedition among men. And that's kind of where this lesson was kind of, moving towards, because, I have some articles here. I'm not going to really go too much into the articles too much. I just wanted to read some of these headlines, and let me pull up some of these, maybe, if the spirit jump on me in the post-production, I can put these videos or, these articles in post-production, but no worries. I might just put the links in there. You can go to them. But I just want you to hear some of these, what's it called? These, what do they call them? These titles. Because the title basically sets the stage of what the article or the video is all about. So this is, a brother sent this on the thread. It says, angry local defiance about Governor Newsom's plan, Orange County beach closers. And, these Edomites, and that's basically what I wanted to go into, is these Edomites, they're going to get it popping because they believe in the Constitution. They believe in the Bill of Rights. And they're saying that these things are unconstitutional. Now, Esau, the governor, he basically closed all the beaches just in Orange County. Okay, coming up soon. All right, and these Edomites are mad. And there was an Edomite on the video say, I'm going to still go out. What are they going to do? So that's the spirit of Esau. And I have some scriptures that I'm going to get, going into the Egyptian that are going to go against the Egyptian. I have another one that says coronavirus in California. Modoc County defies government Newsom statewide lockdown. So there's certain counties here in California that are basically defying the lockdown. Now, yesterday, it was all type of traffic yesterday on the roads. And people are noticing that there's more people that are, taken to the streets. Okay, I've noticed that because people are sick and tired of Esau telling them that they can't go outside. All right, that's basically, you're in a prison. The only time you can go outside is if you are, exercising or getting food, something essential. And does not that sound like prison? They only let prisoners out for chow and to do some exercise for an hour. That's basically, it's just a glorified prison, a house arrest. Or you can't go, to the beach. You can't go to parks. Esau's arresting white women. All right, and this is happening in many different states. Now, these things are going to intensify, and we know that these things are going to basically manifest into riots. And that's what the elites want, and that's what Yahweh Shema Shah is putting the spirit on the elites to basically do. Because the elites, they want to cause mass confusion. So they're breaking down this place, but that's the Lord through his prophecies, making these things come to pass. Now I'm going to read some more article titles. This is New York Times. As more states reopen on Friday, the governors of California and Michigan are facing challenges to their authority to keep some parts of public life closed. So they want to close certain public places. Okay? A lot of jobs have already been lost. A lot of people are already stressed out, and then they can't even go out and, go outside. And that plays a very big part in your health. Okay? You're not able to see the sun. You close in, four walls. You around your family all the goddamn time, having no time to yourself. That plays on your mental health. Another one from CNBC, it says the coronavirus outbreak is likely to go on for up to 2 years, experts predict. So if this so-called outbreak is likely to go up to 2 years, and this is the second month, the 6th week, if I'm not mistaken, in the lockdown, maybe 7th week, the 5th or the 6th or the 7th week in the lockdown, and people are already defying the stay-at-home orders. People are already mad at the government. You have long lines in these different places like San Antonio, St. Louis for food, to get food, because the food there's people are not able to pay for food. Okay. Another one from NPR, essential workers are staging protests over sick leave and hazard pay. Others are marking May Day by demanding an end to the lockdown. See? So people are demanding an end to the lockdown. That's from NPR. It's another article. So it's gonna turn violent. Okay, you have all these Edomite with guns. Okay, you had a mass shooting out there in Canada, and right, we understand what these things are. We understand that a lot of these things are, so-called staged. And what did Canada do right after that? They banned assault rifles, and that's basically what Esau Edom wants to do. He wants to ban all these different guns. But see, these Edomites here in America, they're not going to have it, okay? Because they believe in that Constitution, okay? They believe in those Bill of Rights. They believe in certain, freedoms that they should have. They should have the freedom to assemble. They should have the freedom to bear arms. All right, they should have the freedom of religion. All right, the freedom to move freely throughout, their state, their county. Okay, this is from the Washington Post. It says nearly 300 public companies have received $1 billion in stimulus funds meant for small businesses. So you start to see that the American government doesn't give a goddamn about you and small businesses. This is their plan to basically destroy small businesses, to destroy you, okay? Because they want to implement the New World Order, what's going to spearhead that New World Order, where it's going to be a cashless society where they're going to put a chip in you. That's what all these things are leading up to, and that's what these things are going to lead up to, okay? Let me bring out some scriptures, and we'll just, I'm not going to keep it long, we're going to go on Isaiah, because basically another revolution is brewing. And these elites, they planned all these things out for hundreds of years. They're constantly, how the scriptures say, they consult with darkness as in a day. Let me bring that out. Oh, was that Job 20? I mean, it's in several different scriptures how, Esau Edom, he, give me a second. Yeah, there's one in Job 20. I think it might be Job. Let me see, Job 5 maybe. Yeah, this is it, Job 5. and 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. That's Yahweh Bashar Shah, because these elites, they have been successful to a large extent in implementing their New World Order, and the way in the crafty way that they tried to implement it over these past hundreds of years since 1776. They've been very patient and moving forward towards this New World Order. Okay, building up technologies, paying people off, destroying certain governments, gaining more wealth and power, and also destroying the minds of the people. Okay. It says, so their enterprise is their New World Order, which they're going to have some level of success. Okay. They are going to basically implement this chip on a large scale. Okay. But the Lord, he's going to disappoint that. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, because Esau, Edom, the scriptures tell us in Ezekiel the 28th chapter that he's wiser than Daniel. And Daniel was known as being a scientist. He was known as being 10 times more wiser than the men of Babylon, the wise men of Babylon. So Esau, he's very wise, but he's wise in craftiness and wickedness. Okay. He uses wisdom for evil. Okay. Instead of using wisdom for good. Okay. And the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in daytime, these different summits, these different meetings, these different, think tanks. And they concoct plans that can scale over 100 years, scale over 20 years. And we're starting to see that the Esau, Edom, the elites, they're moving forward toward their New World Order. And number one, this whole so-called pandemic and wearing masks and social distancing, that is nothing new. That happened during the Spanish flu. Okay. So all they did was run it back. And they're saying that this thing can last for 2 years. And this can be an excuse for them to, vaccinate you. There was another article title. Let me see if I can find it. I was trying to look for it. Give me a second. Oh, here's one right here. It says coronavirus. This is from Fox News. California governor orders release of 7 high-level sex offenders as he criminalizes beach attendants. See what's going on? You have sex offenders that are going to get out of, or they're getting out of, prison. But if you go to the beach, you can get a ticket. You can go to jail. Isn't that some BS? That's the type of draconian law that we're entering into. And we've always been like this, okay? This is nothing new to the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American. They have always been in a state of, Esau, Edom, looking at their every move, waiting to, destroy them, waiting to arrest them. Now he's doing that to the whole world. Basically, you Edomites are really mad about that, okay? Let me read another one. It says, Trump says armed Michigan lockdown protesters are very good people. Now, if there was so-called Black and Hispanics there, it would be a different narrative. But see, the Lord's going to have these Edomites get it popping. Okay, he's going to have them go against the government. They have different militias. All right, there's going to be revolution. And because you are taking rights away from them. You're telling them that they can't go to work. You're telling them that they can't, get money to feed their family. You tell them that they can't go to the park. They can't go to the beach. All over this coronavirus, which everybody's seeing that this thing is a big, farce. Okay. Let me see if I can find. I can't find that other one that I wanted to. Basically, it was going in on the vaccine. Let me just give me one more second. And how they made big steps towards the vaccine, which what that's about. Okay, they want to kill you, and that's exactly what they did during the Spanish flu. Okay, they vaccinated a whole bunch of people, and what happened? A whole bunch of people died. Okay, now this time around they're going to force people into vaccinations, and it's going to come a point to where you're not going to be able to go to work. You're not going to be able to have a job. You're not going to be able to go to certain places. Okay, they show you that in these movies. Okay, and then they're going to do the same thing with the chip. You see how they're able to make the whole world wear face masks, right? The whole world, practice social distancing, which the people around the world, they're actually protesting against this. Okay? So let me read verse 14 again in Joel 5. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword. Yeah, they're groping because their plans are really, the Lord is throwing wrenches in their plans. They're being set up. Esau's being set up. But he saved the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. Now, who's the hand of the mighty? Who's speaking great lies? Who's speaking all type of just BS? It's Esau, man. And he's really, he wants to destroy you Israelites. Okay, Genesis the 27th chapter. Okay, when Esau said in his heart, when my father's days of mourning are at hand, I will slay my brother Jacob. And now who's Jacob today, 2020? Well, Jacob is you Black, Hispanic, Native Americans. Whether you believe it or not, you are the Israelites. Okay, like I said, whether you believe it or not, you are the Israelites. And your wicked brother Esau, he has plans to destroy you. Okay. And he's been destroying you ever since he took his red ass over here to the United States. Okay, he's been destroying you. Okay, when you were in the Roman Empire, the Southern Kingdom, he was destroying you. The Greeks, he was destroying you, and as well as all these other nations were destroying you. You've always been in a perpetual state of being destroyed. When Jake's spirit is just to relax and rest. Okay, but because of your wickedness, the Lord, he set up the bases of men over us. Okay, and that's Esau, Edom. What Job said, which I was meditating on that earlier, because these damn devils, they're very wise in their wickedness, man, and their plots that against us. They've plotted against us, okay, to destroy us. But the Lord, he's not having that. Okay, he's going to turn their plot against them. Okay, their hand is going to fall upon themselves. Okay, they're going to fall into that same trap that they planned for us to destroy us. Okay, now this is Job 31. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision. That's Esau. Okay, he's younger than us. Not physically, as far as, well, physically too, because the scriptures say that Israel is the Lord's firstborn. Okay, but here we have this decrepit piece of crap over us. It says, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. And we all know what that's about. How Esau, he's very cruel towards these animals, even sexually. Okay, that's plain, that's out of the world. So this is the type of man that we're dealing with. The scriptures say that the soul that's lifted up is not upright within him. Okay. I mean, that's pretty much it. I want to, you can continue to read down. Let me jump down to verse 8. It says, they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. Yeah, these Edomites, they have no morals. They're with it all. Okay, they're with all levels of wickedness. They're with serving the spiritual demon Satan, and that's basically this beast system is the system of Satan. Okay, which you defy Yahweh Shemashah in all his laws. Everything that's good, being righteous, that's actually looked down upon. Okay, woe to them that call evil good and good evil. So in this system that Esau wants to create, which he's already been creating this system, we're already in a lawless society. Okay, Esau has all these goddamn laws, but we're literally in a lawless society. Okay, and furthermore, these elites, they practice witchcraft. They literally practice witchcraft to gain power and to sustain power. So we're not even dealing on the same playing field. You think, the so-called black man, we just gotta do better, save our money, and nah, man. Esau, this dude's killing people. He's drinking blood. He's worshiping the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, that's where he's getting his counsel from. Okay, and their counsel is to destroy you Israelites, to create this dystopian, wicked society. And they show you that in these different movies that he has. Okay, 1984, George Orwell's 1984. You have Ghost in the Shell. You have, I mean, it's so many, just ridiculous. It says, and now am I their song, yea, I am their byword. So here it is, the basis of men, okay, the pedophile, the animal molester, the child molester. Give me a second to turn this off. Just the morally, that word vile there, when you go into that definition, one of the definitions, morally repugnant. Okay, these men, they now have us looking all stupid and crazy. You know, Jake all messed up in the head, and that was all plotted and designed by the wicked. Okay, which they're being controlled by Yahweh Shemar Shai on the left hand side. So the Lord is raising up His men on the right hand side, and we are in a battle with the wicked right now as we speak. We're in a battle. Okay, what is that? Ephesians, the 6th chapter. Though we wrestle against, let me bring that out actually. I haven't brought that out in a while. Yeah, we're in a spiritual battle, against the wicked elite. The wicked elite, they have all this money, all these resources, all this power, and they're actually practicing witchcraft upon the people. But see, this truth is stronger than witchcraft. Okay, this truth is stronger than anything that Esau Edom can push out, because this truth is breaking down strongholds, as it tells us in second Corinthians, the 10th chapter. And let me actually cue that up too, since since I'm talking about that. Now this is Ephesians 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And this is how we stand against the wiles of the devil. This is how the armor, which is this truth, this is how we're able to not be deceived by this devil, okay? But actually see through this devil, see that this devil is the actual devil, the deceiver of the earth, okay? He's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, and the spiritual demon Satan is wickedness embodied, okay? There's no good bone in the spiritual demon Satan. That's how the Lord created him. He created him to be opposition to righteousness, okay? And who are his physical children? Those are the Edomites, Esau, Edom, the so-called white race. And through countless examples, they are, basically living up to that, okay? But see, where they get our people at is they portray themselves as righteous. They portray themselves as an angel of light, and that's what the devil would do. But we see right through that, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemar Shai, which is this truth, okay? It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world. Who's the rulers of darkness of this world? Who's against principalities? Okay, against powers, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Who is in those high places in spiritual wickedness? Now you can say, oh, Satan, the demons. Yeah, that's true. But demons work through people on the earth. Okay, that's how demons work through people, and they're working through these Edomites. Not just no regular witch, tarot card reader. Nah, we're dealing with where it says against spiritual wickedness in high places, against rulers of darkness of this world. Okay, so this truth is how we are able to combat spiritual wickedness in high places and see through all the witchcraft that Esau Edom pushes out in his media. Okay, that this place America was founded upon witchcraft. Okay, this is the mother of witchcraft. Okay, basically witchcraft is to deceive you. Okay, and they're making it seem like what they're doing is for your benefit, when in all actuality they have evil intentions. They want to put the whole world into slavery, but they're not going to just come out and say, look, I don't like you, I'm gonna put you in slavery. They're going to use all these different diversionary, if I'm saying that correctly, tactics. They're going to use diversions. They're going to use, the sleight of hand. They're going to use, magic to deceive you, to take away your rights, and to put you in a perpetual state of throughness. Okay, a zombie. All right, these damn devils, man. And the Lord's raising up his men, the elect, and the elect are going to put you damn devils in slavery for all your crimes against humanity, starting with the Israelites, crimes against the whole world, crimes against the animals, crimes against oxygen, okay, crimes against every entity. Okay, you are as deaf as the scriptures say, and you are going to get your due reward, Esau. Let me bring out this, and then let me jump back to Isaiah. Isaiah 10:4, for our weapons of warfare are not carnal. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. So that's why Esau, he's mad at what we're doing. You have, certain truthers and those who talk about the Illuminati and, standing up. That's all fine and dandy. But see, that's not really where Esau's worried about. Esau's worried about this truth. Esau's worried about the Bible. Okay. Esau's worried about the Israelites that are that have the spirit that's placed back upon them. That stood so, stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shemashai in the presence of their enemies. Okay, who are enemies? Well, all the nations. Psalms 83. You can read that from the top. All right, so he's really scared of that because this is really the only thing that can stop him. All right, and as we put up these videos, as we go out on the highways and the hedges, examples of righteousness, the elites they're upset and they're scared. Okay, that's why the scriptures say that he knoweth he has but a short time. And also what is that? Revelation 12. Let me just bring that out. I think 12:9 or something like that. About how Esau, our enemies beheld us, and they're very frightened. Let me just see where is that at. Is it Revelation 11? I'm not sure. Just give me 1 second. Yep, this is it. Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. So that's after, us coming out of slavery, going into slavery, coming out of slavery, and then starting to understand who we are. Okay. So that's starting with Alva Bibbins, which is Elijah coming back in the reincarnation. If you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Okay, that was the prophecy. And they stood upon their feet, meaning we understood who we were. Okay, we weren't in no slave state. And great fear fell upon them which saw them. So you have to understand that these elite of these other nations, starting with Esau, Edom, they're actually afraid of what's going on, and they're doing everything in their power to try to stop this. But see, this truth, you can't stop this thing. Okay, it's like wildfire. Well, it tells us that the Lord, he's a consuming fire. All right, so the Lord, he has used, certain men on the earth to allow this truth to grow exponentially, and this truth is only going to grow more and more as we get closer to the end. Okay, so much so that now you have other nations that are trying to cleave themselves to the house of Israel, which that's prophecy in itself, because you're going to have some of those so-called nations are actually going to be Israelites. Okay, you can read, what is that? Isaiah 14. And a stranger shall cleave unto the house of Israel, the house of Jacob, which those strangers are Israelite foreigners. So even the Israelite, it's going to get so bad out here on biblical proportions, even the Israelite foreigners are going to wake up. Also, it tells us in Psalms, what is that, 105 or 110, where it talks about, in the day of thy power, thy people shall be willing. Okay, because the elect, they're going to receive powers on this side. Okay, powers to heal, powers to, to defend against the enemy. Okay, they're going to do certain miracles. So that's how crazy it's going to get. Okay. And Esau, Edom, he knows this, and he's scared of this. That's why he wants to put in plans to destroy us. But the Most High, like it says, I'm jumping around, excuse me. But you know what? Let me read verse 12. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So that's the end game. When this place is simultaneously being destroyed by those thermonuclear missiles throughout the four corners of the earth, these different nations that are going to rise up against Babylon. Also, the Lord is going to come with a whole host of heaven in the clouds, which are the chariots, which you would identify as UFOs or UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenons. If I'm saying that correctly, we're going to get beamed up in that, okay? And our enemies are going to behold us. They're going to see that, and they're going to be destroyed, okay? Now, I made a point. I wanted to bring a scripture, but you know what? It's not a big deal. Let me go back to 2 Corinthians 10 and 5, casting down imagination. So this is one thing that this truth does. It casts down imaginations because the whole world is confused. They think that, there's such thing as mixed. Okay. Oh, my mom is white and my dad is black, so I'm half black, I'm half white. No, you are who your father is. If your dad is so-called black and his dad is so-called black and his dad is, you're a so-called Negro. You come from the tribe of Judah, or you could be Benjamin or Levi, the way that Esau identifies the races. So Esau, he changed the races. He changed the ordinances. That's what the scriptures say. He changed the times and the seasons. So now everybody is confused. And then he snuck in his doctrine. He snuck in his BS. So the whole world doesn't know what the hell is going on. But see, then when they hear this truth, like, this sounds so far-fetched. This sounds alien. But you're going to have certain men, certain women, of course, that are going to believe on this because it makes sense. That's the Lord waking you up. Okay, you're able to see through all the BS that Esau Edom pushes out. Okay, so this is what this word is here for. This is what we're here for. We're here to cast down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, because this is the true knowledge, okay, of the universe. But everything in this world is against the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai. So we are also defenders of the gospel, okay, and what you will call apologists, okay, to basically cast down anything that tries to come against this knowledge. Okay, this wayward doctrine, now we won't cast it down to the scriptures. This one, that one. And that's part of what a prophet is here to do. And bring it into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. Okay, so I'm done there. Let me we read in Ephesians. I'm done there, but let me just bring out this to see, the Egyptian against the Egyptian. This is Isaiah 19 and 2. It says, "And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight every one against his brother." So we actually see this actually taking place. This is a prophecy. Now, the Egyptian is not speaking about the ancient Egyptian, but this is speaking about the spiritual Egyptian, because America, Babylon the Great, okay, Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, is also known spiritually as Sodom and Egypt, okay? And there's so many different indicators to prove that this is spiritually Egypt. Look at the back of your dollar bill. Look at the different obelisks that are, placed around the world. Okay, the very fact that these elites, they practice witchcraft, that goes back to that goes back to the Egyptians, a large portion of that. Okay, worshiping the dead. Okay, and also the iron furnace, where the Israelites, all the tribes were placed here to serve their captivity. Okay, and you see more and more tribes coming up from Central and South America trying to make their way into America. North America. It says, "And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." And we see this. We see this is actually going to manifest, and we see that this lockdown is actually sparking this. Okay, so don't be surprised if you see Esau fighting against the government. Okay, with these assault rifles, don't be surprised if Esau gets this thing popping. Okay, define, all it takes is, one person to shoot a cop or the cop to shoot somebody, and then all hell's gonna break loose. Okay, whether it's set up or not, because ultimately all these things are set up by Yahweh Shema Shai. So let me just end it off on this scripture here in Mark, the 3rd chapter, because this kingdom is divided, and what does the scripture tell us in Mark? Okay, through the Apostle Mark, it tells us what? It says, Mark 3:24, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. So America is a kingdom. These Edomites, they're a nation. Okay, they're a house, and they are divided against each other. One group is for guns, another group is not for guns. One group is trying to destroy them, another group is trying to destroy, another group. The Democrats, Republicans, the Bible Belt, all type of decision. So the scriptures tell us that kingdom cannot stand, or that house cannot stand. So that's another indicator that Babylon the Great, America, is falling. Okay. So, I pray that you brothers were edified with the lesson. Lord's will, we're going to keep coming back with these lessons to edify the hopeful elect, and to let the hopeful elect know that the Yahweh Shemashai is on its way to deliver us. Yet before that, we have to go through this great tribulation. But through that tribulation, Yahweh Shemashai is going to make a way for us to escape that and be delivered. So until next time, I want to say shalom to